Hello and good morning, and I'm using this new phone camera for the first time. My sponsor, Mr. David Rogers, has got me this new S21 Ultra phone with the camera. Looks absolutely marvellous. I was going to swear then, but I didn't. Anyway, getting on to the 107 car. I've now cleaned basically all the parts, the looms and the flitches, and I've got the tweezers out and took a lot of stuff out the radiator, and just a general clean. It's actually took longer to do it this way than it would normally, but I'm definitely want to leave the original wax on all the products, you know, like the hose, this, that, because I do feel that, you know, it's only original once, and do I really want to take that away? No, I don't. So anyway, the engine bay, really I've taken as far as I want to, and now I'm going to be doing under the wheel arches that, as you can see, are not bad in the first place. So just a nice clean of all the ancillary parts and the calipers and all this sort of thing, and also why each wheel's off, they'll be given a deep clean. So I'm going to get on with this. I'll show you a bit more later, and might even try and take some action shots, but you've all seen it before. I mean, you know, there's nothing new about this, but we're just going to get it nice and tidy, and if the owner does decide that he wants to sell the car, you know, it'll be in a lovely condition for the new owner. So, you know, it's coming on. It's been a bit slow, but that's down to me going in all these places with a tiny brush to clean out the things that I didn't want there, and I've had to draw the line. You know, I'm tempted to do the rocker covers, but at the same time my brain's saying don't do it, not unless the customer tells me to. Anyway, I'm going to get on with it, and I'll see you a bit later. It's really hard to express the feeling I get knowing that I'm the first person to ever clean this vehicle. Some of the wax is still there, but as you can see now, everything looks lovely. And now, I'm going to be the first person ever to clean the inside of these wheels. As you can see, I've got them on the wheel mats, so there's no damage to the alloy. And I've just been letting the wheel cleaner dwell, because being in the garage with all that on, it's just caked on and gone hard. So I'm going to let it sit for a bit, take the top layer off, and then keep cleaning them till they're lovely and clean. Right then, see you in a bit. After the first initial clean, you can see the wax overspray. When they've sprayed the suspension with the wax, they've oversprayed it onto the wheels, and that's still there. I'm going to take it off on the wheels. I don't think we gain anything by leaving it on there, but just thought I'd show you how original the car is. So I'm going to get on and clean all these bits and get that wax off. I'll see you in a bit. Well, the wheel nuts look much better and match the wheel now I've painted them. So I'm going to refit this on the car and start the other side and do exactly the same. So I'll see you when I get to the rear end, I suppose. See you later. Hello again. Well, I've cleaned the wheels. I've used tar remover and metal filing remover to make sure it's nice and squeaky clean. I've just dried it off. The back of the wheel, I've succumbed to some peer pressure and left the wax showing, but I have cleaned the back of the wheels, and I'm sure I'll show you that at some point. The front of the wheel, although it does look lovely, I'm just going to give it a quick, and for a change I'm going to hand polish. I'm using this Dodo Juice wax applicator and a bit of Menzerna 220, and I'm just going to give it a light polish just to bring up a little bit of luster. I'm not saying it hasn't got any luster, but this is the first time they'll have ever been treated like this, so I'm just going to give it a nice little rub down. Feels lovely and smooth anyway. And just go around the wheel really. It isn't very often I do it by hand, but because of all these shapes, you know, I don't want it, the mop catching it. It ruins the mop heads. And not only that, I'm getting into the spirit of the car, and I feel like I might be giving it a bit more love by doing these things by hand. I know it's stupid, but you got to fall in love with them, ain't you, to do a good job. And everybody knows what happens when they come here. But it doesn't need a lot. I'm just taking off any residue that might have been on there from the cleaning. I'll finish that in a minute. I'll just buff this bit off and we'll see. Probably won't look much different on the camera, but see if I could spin it so the light hits it. Even that little tickle has brought out a nice little showing. And by the time the wheel's back on the car, tyres blacked and the rest of the car looking nice, it'll look lovely. So I'm going to get on now because I've still got 3 other wheel arches and wheels to do. I want to try and get them done today. I'm probably not going to bore you with too much of that, but just showing a bit of the process. So I'll see you later.